Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected. I know it's been a while since the last part. I took a little break for a couple reasons. One, there was some patching that was going to be coming out soon that was going to make some changes to the game. Not huge changes, but like some balance changes, incorporating ladder play, things like that. The other is I was wanting to investigate how the modding scene actually was going for this, and also I wanted to focus on some other things. I was just kind of more motivated to record instead of this. I will say after the battle against Duriel at the end of Act 2, I was just like, oh gosh, I need a break from this. Plus, I was also getting a little concerned because the thing that I'm very concerned about with this playthrough is that it's going to be one of those where I struggle, and therefore it becomes less fun and entertaining for you to watch. It's one of the reasons why I usually like to play on easier difficulties, especially when this is a playthrough that is focused on me showcasing like the story and the game itself and all that, rather than like trying to show off whether or not I can do some kind of difficulty run or challenge run. There are plenty of other channels that are dedicated to that. Mine is not one of them. And I, of course, was curious, is there a way I can make this easier? But I wasn't sure how it was going to affect things. So, I've done some investigating, and I discovered that there was actually quite a few mods for this on Nexus Mod Manager. Turns out, a separate mod manager for this game was made, and a number of mods have been made for it. Now, some mods have been made where you actually have to put the file in a separate mod file where the game directory is, and then you have to create a new desktop shortcut and add a special additional command within the properties. And yeah, it just seems like, okay, if you want to resort to this one mod, you have to do this. And it does work, because I tried it out with another mod that was supposed to be like a single player quality of life mod, and it seemed okay. But once I figured out how to be able to get the mod manager to work properly, as well as all the mods that have been made for it, I discovered also that what it does is it doesn't affect this official version of the game. It basically creates a duplicate version of the official game that is modded and offline only. You cannot connect to online servers with the modded version of the game. I've tested it. That's part of how it works. So if there's a concern of, oh, can you take mods like into online play and affect that? No, it can't be done. As far as I know, it seemed like online mode was completely disabled for this modded version of the game. It's specifically designed to just be offline and just let you mod it like crazy, which I have been testing out recently, and it's yeah, let's just say that it's definitely one of those where it's like, yep, I basically am now overpowered, and it can be pretty crazy. There's even one that's specifically designed for the summoning Necromancer that basically lets me have every golem out. It also changes the golems as well as the skeletons and gives them all auras like the paladin has. So, I got through Act 2, we went to Duriel and we pummeled his face. He died in a few seconds, and I basically flipped him off on my monitor. I was just like, oh, that was cathartic after what he put me through earlier in this playthrough. Now, this is still the official version of the game. This is not the modded version. I want to make that clear. And that's because I was going back and forth. I considered whether or not to continue this playthrough on the modded version instead of this official version. However, let's just say that I want to be able to actually say whether or not I actually beat this legit on normal, the higher difficulty stuff, whatever, but I want to see whether or not I can beat this legit on normal, without mods. If it becomes an issue, because the thing is, I don't want to have to then go spend time grinding, especially when the purpose is to... That's something I can do on my own, like off camera, just on my own free time, as opposed to this playthrough that I'm trying to create to showcase the game and its story and show off to you guys, the viewers. So, the possibility that if I run into a wall like a difficulty wall, or if it's one of those walls like in a JRPG where you feel like, well, it looks like I have to go back and grind and level up and get better gear and all that before I can actually progress. If we run to that, then I'm going to consider swapping over to the modded version of the game, and then we'll just do it there, so I can be able to show it to you there, I'm just letting you guys know that that's now a possibility. I wasn't sure if that was a possibility before, in case this got a little too difficult. So far, though, it doesn't seem to be too bad with the way I've got it set up here in this game. Because since the last part, also, I did do a little bit of running around. I also did find something for a quest. It's a side quest, I think. Not too story important. And I'll show you guys what I mean here. So first off, we're not done with this quest. We got to go back to Alcor for a reward. There was also this quest here, the Blade of the Old Religion. It's called the Gidbin. So it was like, hey, go find the Gidbin in this place called the Flare Jungle. So you go there and you find this, what looks like some kind of like drum altar thing. And when you interact it, it goes on fire. Some fetishes show up. You kill them and you pick up this right here, the Gidbin. And Zul says, this is a powerful weapon. I should see what Ormus has to say about this. And there's this other quest here called Kalim's Will, which is find the relics of Kalim. And one of those places which we'll probably be going to in this part is to go find his eye in the Spider Cavern. In fact, if we talk to Decker Kane here about this...
Never forget that your ultimate purpose here in Kurast is to destroy Mephisto. The ancient Horodrim imprisoned the Lord of Hatred inside the Guardian Tower that is located within the temple city of Travancore. Know this, friend. The only way to gain entry to Mephisto's prison is to destroy the artifact known as the Compelling Orb. Mephisto used this device to control the Zakarum priests and their followers. The orb can only be destroyed with an ancient flail imbued with the spirit of the one incorruptible priest. Soon after his imprisonment, Mephisto worked his evil corruption on the Zakarum priesthood. All were turned to his dark ways, save one, Kalim, the K-Hagen of the High Council. Mephisto directed the other council priests to slay and dismember Kalim, and then scatter his remains across the kingdom. The priest Sankakur succeeded Kalim as K-Hagen, eventually becoming the embodiment of Mephisto here on the mortal plane. The corrupted High Council fashioned an orb to control the rest of the Zakarum faithful, and used their powers to hide the lair of their master from mortals. Your task is to collect the scattered relics of Kalim, his heart, his brain, and his eye. Then, using the Horodric Cube, transmute Kalim's flail with his relics. Once this is accomplished, you must destroy the Compelling Orb with Kalim's will, to open the way into the corrupt sanctum of Mephisto.
So yeah, that's our overall main objective here.
Who could have foreseen that the old religion would play such an effective role in our war against the Three? Again, your efforts amaze me, my friend.
Let's make our rounds and talk to people.
Greetings. The Gidbin's magic can only be channeled through Ormus. Take it to him. He has the necessary knowledge about the ancient Skatsimi magics.
Yes? You are truly amazing, stranger. There are precious few items in the world that would tempt me to go up against the children of Zakarum.
I think in the original game, she also added the little part at the end, and their midget minions, which, I don't know, maybe some people got offended by that, and they took that part out. Like, people usually refer to the fetishes in this game as either, like, pygmies, but I don't know, maybe they were...
With any luck, the spirits of Skotseen will grant us revenge upon the powers that ravaged this land.
If you heard what sounded like thunder, that's not Kurast here. That's there's a storm just outside. I don't think Ashira has anything to say, honestly.
What can I do for you?
Nope, she has nothing to say. So we'll talk to Ormus in a moment. Let's go see Alcor first, because he was the one who said, I will work on this and then come back and see if I've made anything.
From the ashes of Guile, I have mixed for you a potion.
Well, thank you, Alcor.
Ha! You have stolen the fabled blade from right under Zakarum's nose! This is a great day indeed!
So what he gives me is a potion that permanently increases my life by 20. So now it's 169 instead of 149. Alright, now let's go talk to Ormus.
You have done well.
Whoops, sorry.
This magic ring does me no good. Here, wear it proudly.
I'm sorry, guys. I skipped the dialogue by accident. I'm really sorry. I did not mean to do that. So he gives me a ring, a yellow ring, plus 41 to attack rating, strength, mana after each kill, better chance of getting magic items, and level 1 charge bolt, 10 of 22 charges. One of the mods that I have lets me be able to put a full set of gear on our mercs.
Now that fewer of the Iron Wolves are needed to guard the dockside, some of them have volunteered to accompany you free of charge.
Okay. Are you sure? Because it looks like they still want I still see costs there, but whatever. Okay. I'm sorry I skipped over that dialogue. It was not intentional. I was trying to zoom in on Ormus there. I forget that I have to zoom in first before we talk to them. So, anyways. I am not looking forward to this. If you have watched my channel for any length of time, you guys know how I feel about spiders. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh! Whew. So I can see that one of the irritating things about this level for a lot of people is, of course, the fact that we have to... this place is huge. This is a very large map. And, of course, if you want to get to certain areas, you actually have to make sure you run over the tiny bridges in order to actually go ahead and get to those places. So, yeah, it can get a little annoying in that regard. So I think I may end up being okay going through here, at least for the time being, as long as I'm a little careful, because I can be able to just keep putting my bone armor on to give myself an extra shield over my health. Look at that giant mosquito. Yeah, that's great. Giant spiders, giant mosquitoes. This place is wonderful. And people wonder why I don't like the outdoors. Jeez Louise. But with being able to have my Merc here from Act 2 with that aura where he keeps healing us, being able to have... I still have my Iron Golem up, and he doesn't go away when I quit the game. He stays up, which is great. And being able to, of course, have all my skeletons up and about, it allows me to be able to kind of, like, stay back, let them kill things, while I just kind of stay alive. Amulet. Just... Nope. But yeah, this place is dangerous. This is a very dangerous jungle. Lots of horrible, nasty things here that want to kill you. But yeah, there are like 2 or 3 dungeons I've heard that are in this act that are mandatory that a lot of people absolutely hate. They're mandatory because, of course, that's where some of the mandatory items you need in order to get to the last area are. And that's also something I was doing a little bit of research on in preparation for this act, is knowing what to talk about. The thing is, what Dickard said at the beginning of this video is basically what you really need to know about what's going on here. The backstory of what happened here, and what we need to do in order to progress, because these 2 are completely optional. These 2 quests right here. Like, half the quests here are optional. And then one quest is like, hey, go get to the 3 items you need. Actually, it's 4, but for now it just says 3. In order to be able to make the thing we need in order to actually reach Mephisto. And of course, we have to go to a place that's filled with giant spiders, because of course we do. You know, the one mod I didn't find, which I would love, is the mod that changes the models of the spiders here into something that is not giant spiders. Like, okay, back then it's like, eh. I mean, it's really dark, so it's a little hard to see them, so I'll just stay back here and not have to visually see them because it's dark, and let my skeletons just go around and kill everything. Okay, sure, fine. But it's like, ugh, better quality and such. Yeah, now you can see them even better now. Which, of course, is exactly what I want. Lots of bugs, maggots, eggs for more little baby spiders, more giant spiders. Yeah, this place is great. I love having to go to a place that's mandatory that's filled with giant spiders. That's wonderful. If I ever meet the developer that made this, then again, there's a number of developers that I would have words with that, you know, decide, hey, let's do something with giant spiders, and I'd be like, why? Why can't you do something else? Something other than giant spiders? It's in every game. Can we please do something else? Something that does not, you know, bother those of us who are quite arachnophobic. There's a reason I have mods for games like Skyrim and Dragon Age that literally changes the giant spiders in those games into something else. You know, giant bears, giant dogs, something. Other than that. Alright, hold on a second. Hold on, it's a text from my mom, gotta answer. Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay, so you can see on the mini-map there the little symbol. Hold on. Looks like we have to go all the way around if I'm looking at this mini-map correctly to get to that spot. So, because it looks like that's the chest where the item we need is. The other one that's near the waypoint, called the Arachnid Lair, I don't believe is mandatory. It's optional, but I may do that on my own. Which I know sounds weird, you know, considering how much I hate giant spiders, but, you know, anyone knows that in a Diablo game, you can consider going through as many different spiders as you can. By the way, look at all the different kinds of spiders here. There's poison spiders, there's a flame spider. Yeah, lots of different kinds of spiders, because that's what we need. More variety of giant spiders. That's great. That's great. Kalim's Eye. So then we can look for the brain in the Flayer dungeon. So there's the eye. Ah! My Iron Golem was a bit of trouble there. Alright. Yeah, this place is wonderful. This is great. This is just wonderful. Yeah, I just love this. And again, I can't just, like, run back. I have to go over this bridge, then I have to go over this bridge, then I have to go over this bridge. Yeah, this is definitely where you consider just using one of your scrolls to town portals, which, by the way, you know how the tomes in the official game only hold up to 20? The mod I have holds up to 500. So, yeah. I can also affect how many points I get every time I level, so I have an absurd amount of points. But it allows me to be able to mess around with and experiment with the classes and see what the abilities are like. So, like, I was doing this with the Druid, and I was testing out the elemental skills, and I was like, huh, okay, I can see the appeal of this tree. Like, for one thing, maybe not necessarily the Hurricane, because it's just kind of a big AoE wind thing. It's like, oh, okay, that's, you know, that's fine. And then I tried abilities like Volcano and Armageddon, and I was just like, whoa, those look so cool! And they do some pretty cool damage. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, because cold is certainly something I need to deal with. Alright, so let's go into the Flayer dungeon. I've heard this is another dungeon that's pretty horrible. More fetishes. I'm actually about to reach another level. This is why I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll do some of the other dungeons on my own, like the Arachnid Lair, which I've heard is just an optional dungeon that's not mandatory. There's a couple of other that are mandatory, like there's one later on here called the Sewers. Hey, leveled up. So I haven't really done that much experimenting because summoning has just been so fun to do. In the modded version, I mean. You guys know, of course, I'm able to respec, as I mentioned before. Also, you can remove level restrictions, so, but anyways. Let's buff my skeleton magi. And, let's get a bit more vitality. Which also gives me more stamina. There's another enemy in here that I've heard a lot of people do not like. And no, it's not those things. Obviously, you know, a lot of people don't like the fetishes. And the fact there's quite a few of them in here, I'm sure is very annoying. I'm sure I'm going to have a tough time trying to do this in the official version on other classes. Though, honestly, now that I've got the modded version of the game, I don't know if I will actually want to go back. I'm mainly doing this just to be able to say I beat it, like, legit on normal on the official version. We'll see. Maybe I'll come back to this from time to time, but... like, now they have the option to actually just have a much more, I don't know, stress-free run or so of the game. What was I doing? I also have a thing that puts on like a big light whenever a gem drops. It also changes the names of the items here. So it's kind of like how in D3, how when a Lego drops, you have this big shining light. Well, I basically have that for gems for this game. Like, just a number of little things that you can be able to change, just to either, you know, be quality of life changes, or just little things that just can make the experience a little bit more enjoyable, less of a hassle, more convenient. That's basically what a lot of those mods are. Like, there's a few, like, cheat mods that, like, you know, in terms of affecting how many points you get, not necessarily, like, a god mode mod, like, I'm invincible, or anything like that. That's not really how that works. Now, of course, once you get lots of points that you can put into being able to increase your life to, like, I don't know, 600 or something, then yeah, it can start to feel as if, like, you can't die, but you can still be hit and take damage and such. I also have one that increases the drop rates of stuff. Oh my gosh, my health. It's just like how there's a moment where all of a sudden those things just really hurt you. Yeah, it's like, yikes! Ooh, boy. All 4 of my skeleton mages are fire. More fetishes! I've heard about how annoying it is to deal with these things on other classes with the way that they are just so fast that they, you know, can just use their blow darts on you. That flamethrower right there, which just melted my skeleton there just now. Notice how much of my health just disappeared there just now. Yeah, that's the kind of thing where it's just like, yikes! Those things hurt! And of course, I have a mod that increases the size of the inventory space, the size of the cube, and the size of your stash. There's also a way where a separate thing where you can actually try and unlock more of the tabs for your stash, apparently giving you like 7 total tabs in your stash. The thing is, it says it's not available. I think there's another separate mod that allows you to unlock that. I haven't really learned how to do that yet. But I'm guessing that means that as you go into higher difficulties or level, you're able to unlock more tabs for your stash. Oof. Those fetish shamans. Ooh, boy. Just breathing fire on you. Like, oh, my minions. I'll tell you what, being able to have like all these, like all your minions just have like various different auras like a paladin and just constantly healing you and such just basically makes having the merc just kind of like, you know, oh gosh, he's about to die. No, don't die. Come back, run. Oh, this thing. Yeah, this thing I've heard is horrible to deal with because of, like, it can be able to hit you with spit and such from a distance. It can be very annoying to deal with. Oh gosh! Whoops. I hit escape rather than hitting 1. I was trying to use my potions and hit 1, and I panicked and I hit escape instead. Whoops. Woo. Close call there. Man, that Flare Shaman. Woo boy. And he raises them. So after you take them down, he just raises them back up. Oh. That just adds to the irritation right there. There's another one. Where? Oh, is it like back over here? I think so. Yep, there it is, level 3. Nothing there. Alright. was like, what? Wait, what? I was like, am I getting hit by something? Am I just tripping over traps or something? Is that what I'm hearing? Just little traps that shoot out little darts or something? Is that what's going on? Well, lots of corpses, so I could just keep raising my skeletons. Back up, minions! Not over here. This is level 3, so I'm guessing that what we need is on this level. Because otherwise, how many levels are there? 4? Seriously? Usually these dungeons have like 3, but, you know, not often is it 4, but whatever. Maybe it can be. Get the shaman! Get him! Yeah. Oh! Oh gosh! You saw how much my health disappears when he breathes fire on me, right? That's a lot of damage. Oh, it's gotta be there. That's gotta be it, right there. Come, my minions! Enter! Ah! No! Oh, magic resistant, fire enchanted, immune to fire. Woo! Ho 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 ho! Oh, that got scary there. Oh.
I am overburdened.
Huh. Two-handed maul. I'm gonna go ahead and use a temp portal. Be like, Cain!
Ah, Khalim's eye. Only it can reveal the true path to Mephisto. Place the eye in the Herodric cube along with Khalim's other relics. The heart, the brain, and the flail. Yes?
Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and stash that away. There's the brain. Now we look for Khalim's heart in the sewers under the Kurast Bazaar. Okay.
This is most fortunate. Khalim's brain knows Mephisto's weakness. Place it in the Herodric cube along with Khalim's other relics. The eye, the heart, and the flail.
Not a big deal, honestly.
Yes?
Alright. Couple close calls there, but we were able to pull it off.
Yes?
Alright, so they have nothing to say. So it looks like we now have to go even farther than I have. I gotta reach the, first I have to find the waypoint in the Flare Jungle, which I haven't yet. And I have to reach Kurast. So I'm probably just gonna do some running around in the jungle, trying to find those places, before we, continue. Because it looks like I have to just kind of just run around, do some exploring and such, so stay tuned.